Okay, this is a tutorial covering what we did last week, which was making a cushion using mesh along a path. Easy for me to say. I'm starting off with just the ordinary cube. We're just going to scale it down a bit to kind of cushion size. Then we need to select 4 edges on that side and 4 edges on that side. Now this is the same as selecting 4 faces, but it's the edges we're really looking at in this situation. Then we need to duplicate that, so that's Shift D return, which makes a duplicate copy in exactly the same location. Then to separate it we press P, separate by selection, shift out of object mode and select our new bit we just made. Tab into edit mode and select all that. Now we need to convert it into object. We need to convert it into a curve. So to do that, object curve from mesh text, shortcut Alt C. Now once we've turned it into a curve, we can tell it's not just an ordinary mesh anymore, because we get this curve dialog up here. Right, before we go any further we need to add a circle, a curve circle. There's a few ones, just this one here will be fine. So I've just dragged one of those in. I'm going to scale that down. This is going to be the modifier for our curve. What we're trying to do is add piping around the cushion. Right, so I select my curve over here, then select the curve thing over here, and then we go down to bevel object. And under bevel object we select Bezier circle, which is what we've done. And hey presto, we have a curve following a curve. Now this is really useful if you're doing, well, if you're doing shoes, you can use this to make shoelaces. If you're doing spaceships, you can use it to add pipes and hoses around things. What else? Anything you can think of. Anything where you need one shape to follow another shape. It's a brilliantly simple way of doing it. Now with that selected, at the moment this is set to quite a high resolution, which means it looks tremendous, but it's quite processor hungry drawing in this way. We have a preview resolution slider over here, and if we turn it down, we can adjust how complicated or how simply this thing is displayed. Ignore me. I'm doing the wrong one. That one. There we go. As we turn it down, it'll drop down in resolution so you're pretty much looking at a square shape on the end. And as we slide it up and down, you can see the amount of faces being increased or decreased. So I've set it to 2, which should be fine for what we're doing. Now at the moment this is still technically a curve, so we need to convert it back into a mesh. To do that we go back over to the object menu, convert to mesh. Right, so we hit tab into edit mode, we can see we've got now editable topology. Right, because this is going to be a cushion, I want to join both these parts together. So I've selected both, Control J, tab into edit mode. Now I want to subdivide the thing up a little bit more so we can sculpt it. To do that we go to, where's subdivide gone? Oh, it's up here. I'm going to do that twice, which is probably plenty for what we need. The idea of this is we can stick it on the chair we made earlier to make it comfortable. I'm going to put a smooth shader on it just to make the whole thing look a bit more friendly. And now I'm going to nip over into sculpt mode, change my brush and use the grab brush. Using the square brackets, just bigify that a bit. Stop me if I'm getting too technical. I'm just going to sculpt some of the edges in on this cushion, just to make it look a bit more used and a bit more sound. Not too square. Cushions are rarely completely square. It's fine like that. Let's mash the edges over a bit, make it look lived in. Brilliant. Now I want to add some materials to it so we can get some colour on it. So hit new material, diffuse. Let's go with the red kind of colour. We need to put the correct shader on. N to open that menu. Shading, GLSL, textured solid. Let's assign the material to it as well so we can see what we're doing. That's too shiny, so we're going to turn down the specularity because cushions aren't shiny. Let's take it back into edit mode. Now I'm going to try and select all these. So I'm just selecting a vertex and using Control and Plus to kind of grow the selection. So I've got all my piping bit. I'm going to make a new material, call it piping, and we'll make that kind of yellow and assign that. And there we have it, a nice simple cushion. If you can make one for your chairs, that'd be good, because that's demonstrating a new skill. Bro, thanks for watching.